Hi everyone, this is Lauren with the Theregulusportal. I am doing a video today about the current energies. I will get a little bit into astrology and some tarot, which I normally don't do on this channel, but excuse me. Everything's just kind of merging right now. Everything's just merging. All of astrology, tarot, the psychic stuff, energy work, magic. It's all just kind of blending together right now for me. So I usually kind of separate it out. This week it's going to be blended together. And it could stay that way. I'm not sure. We'll see. We have Neptune square Jupiter this week, which is what I think is creating some of this blending action of the different divination, oracle, intuitive arts. Neptune in Pisces, which has no boundaries. Jupiter in Sag, which is very expansive and doesn't really have boundaries either. It's not quite as nebulous as Neptune in Pisces. It has a little more focus, but it's kind of expansive. It's very expansive and very philosophical, and they both deal with spirituality in different ways. And their energies are in a square, but it's like they're really kind of blending together. They're creating. I see squares as creating kind of a focus, more than conflict in this case. So what's happened to me, this energy really, I started to really feel this Neptune square Jupiter energy yesterday. I've been feeling it for a few days, but yesterday it really showed up in some very powerful ways for me. I started just getting all of this Akashic record information. I had a guide from my Akashic records actually show up. I spent time in the Akashic records yesterday. I did some writing. I'm working on a blog post and I got all these downloads and these writings, and I'm like, okay, today I'm going to put it all together, right? Because I got so much information. I got so much crazy astrology information. Information about the tarot. I got information about the tarot in the Akashic records. I was looking at the meanings of tarot cards in the Akashic records, and I noticed, which brings me to, there's just so much to talk about, which brings me to another point about the Akashic records, is that there's a lot of shifting going on within the Akashic records. I always saw the Akashic records as being kind of a set point, but I guess when timelines collapse and all that happens, it affects the Akashic records as well, or it starts in the Akashic records. I'm not sure where it begins. It's like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? But there was all this shifting going on in the Akashic records themselves, and it kind of had this Mandela effect feel to me. It was, this reality shifting going on in the Akashic records. And I did some energy work in the Akashic records. I haven't done that much with them in the past. I do use them in healing work that I do. I will go into somebody's Akashic records, but normally it's not, it's something I'm interested in. Absolutely. I've always been fascinated, but it's just something I never really I just never put that much focus into it. And yesterday it showed up. Like it was like I did not wake up that morning thinking I was going to explore that realm. And I had um, like a guide show up and say, okay, this is what we're doing today. And I'm like, okay, well, sounds like fun. But wow, this wasn't in my plan for today. So anyway, I got all this information. I've got I have some crazy astrology stuff coming to me too, not just psychically, but actual like I will stumble upon information. Like just stumbling upon information. It's like the pieces of the puzzle are all kind of coming together. It's all very exciting. And then I was like really geared up yesterday. I started writing and getting it all together. And today I was like planning on today coming out and doing a bunch of videos and finishing my blog post and getting this, that, and the other stuff done. And I am feeling a bit overwhelmed today. I'm feeling like I got so much information, an avalanche of information yesterday that today I'm just like, what? Like, I don't even know where to begin. How do I even start with all of this? And what do I focus on today? It's a very scattered energy as well. Moon is in Aries conjunct Mars. So, I mean, I'm feeling ambitious, I'm feeling motivated, but I'm also um, the how putting it all together in some sort of three-dimensional form, bringing it into form, whether it's writing a blog or a YouTube video, is just it's challenging today. Yesterday it wasn't as bad, but I was getting so much that I was just writing it all down, taking notes, and then today I was going to organize all of it and it's just hard. So I'm just going to work on grounding and I'm doing a YouTube video now, so I'm finally getting things in together, but usually I have a lot more work done by this time of the day if I do get work done. Um, so let's see, what was I going to, else did I want to talk about in this particular video? I will have another video coming out. I don't know when. It probably won't, hopefully tomorrow or Monday, where I'm kind of have everything a little bit more directed and focused and packaged, maybe. But today, I did want to address that we are heading into a. This week's going to be really, really crazy. We're gearing up for this very, very intense eclipse. I'm finding out more and more about this eclipse energy that's coming up on the 20th, 21st. I pulled some tarot cards for this week and got these tarot cards: Justice, the High Priestess, and Temperance. And it was amazing. It didn't surprise me that I pulled two major arcana cards because this is going to be a very, very intense week. As far as I'm not totally sure what's happening this week. The Akashic Records was when I was in the Akashic Records, I couldn't see real clearly what was going on for this week. It was almost like I didn't want to know, to be honest. It was like I was being directed towards something going on this week, and I felt like I was blocking myself from seeing what was happening this week. We've been having some very strange magnetic shifts going on the planet. The poles started to move. The magnetic poles of the planet have been moving very, very quickly. We're supposed to have a pole reversal at some point, and they've been moving very quickly recently, to the point where NASA wants to have some sort of they want to do some sort of report and meeting or something about this, because they weren't supposed to talk about this until 2020, but the poles are shifting so quickly, moving actually very quickly right now, but they can't do it because of the government shutdown. So that's one of the reasons we haven't been hearing much about the magnetic poles moving, is because some of the organizations that keep track of this type of thing in the United States are not operating. Anyway, I don't want to get into politics too much, but that is a fact. The government is shut down right now. So, which is causing some interesting stuff for us. But yeah, I'm not going to go get into that. Anyway, let's get back to the tarot cards. These tarot cards, I pulled 3 major arcana cards for this week, and that was it. These are the 3 cards I pulled. This is the order I pulled them in: Justice, the High Priestess, and Temperance. Justice and the High Priestess deal a lot with intuition. All 3 of them deal with balance. And Justice and High Priestess both have veils. The Justice has a veil, purple veil behind him. The High Priestess has a veil with pomegranates behind her. And Temperance is more, I think, kind of goes between, it's like, an angel symbolism, so travels, kind of freely between dimensions. But all 3 of them deal with intuition and balance, and finding the balance between male-female energies. The veil is just getting ridiculously thin. There's like I said, there's this energy, this Jupiter Neptune energy is really bringing in things from other dimensions, including, the Akashic record information. I should go over in my next video take notes on what I was seeing in the Akashic records. Well, actually, this Neptune, I'm like jumping around. Sorry, that's part of my problem right now. This Neptune Jupiter square, Jupiter is actually conjuncting something called the Great Attractor, which I believe is some sort of anomaly in space that's like a billion times more powerful than the sun or something. I'll have to get more into that as well. This is kind of just a introductory video into what's coming this week, because this is really a lot's going on. Collectively and personally, we're going to have just a very, very powerful week. It's a great week to just really dive into the spiritual abyss and really uh, expand, your consciousness as far as um, studying. It doesn't have to be studying in a traditional sense, obviously, but putting a lot of energy into manifesting, working with, creating, working, bringing things from the other side, just reaching through the veil and putting things together. It feels like the puzzle pieces are all coming at me, and I'm kind of like trying to put them in little piles and try to organize everything. So that's kind of where I'm at for today. And I think that's all I have to say, really. I don't know what else to say. It's kind of like we're really getting into some very, very interesting energy. I'm going to try to get more organized, um, and get, just put this together into a video that's more coherent, better organized, something we can kind of work with, do some energy clearing, maybe explore the Akashic records a little bit more in a video. I'm going to sit down and look at the energies. So now I'm seeing these. So usually what I see is a layer of the murky energy, but I'm actually seeing holes in that murky energy now. The murky energy is a little bit spread out vertically. So it's spread out, it's thinner, and there are holes in it, like it's broken up. And there's clear streams of consciousness coming through these murky areas. So I'm going to move out this murky stuff. I probably should have done this in the beginning of the video. I don't know why I don't know why I do that. I really should. I think I've said this before, like, why didn't I do this first thing in the video? And then I would be much clearer for the rest of the video. Much more grounded and clearer. Okay, gold. Ooh. So the Akashic records themselves are full of this gold energy, and the gold energy is pouring out onto the planet. It's so weird because it's the Akashic records have they're shifting. I mean, they're completely shifting. It's like what was no longer existed, like certain things have no longer existed, and other things that didn't exist now exist. And this is happening on the Akashic records. All right, so I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I have to process this. I just got a huge download of something. I need to sort of process it a little bit. And I will be I want to do another video that's more well, yeah, I mean, I talked about the more organized video, but I want to do a video that's working with the Akashic records more. It's like the records themselves are covered in gold right now and shifting. I would focus on something you want to manifest right now, this week. Okay, that's some dinosaur energy coming in. That's kind of odd. Okay, let me come up back up to present time here. Ended up with the hang out with the dinosaurs. Okay. Let's let's come back to present time. Though we could wake up one day and have dinosaurs. I don't know. This energy, there's something very, very, very strange going on energetically on this planet right now. And even the some of the science people that follow the geomagnetic the magnetic energy in the planet, there's some very weird waves of energy hitting the planet that is registering, in these, things that measure that sort of thing. And it's not coming from the sun. And I'm not getting this psychically. This is actually something that I've been seeing online, is that these waves are not coming from the sun. Like, they usually come from the sun, like the solar flares and coronal holes and coronal ejections and things like that. It's not coming from the sun. I'm not even sure if they know where it's coming from. There's just these very strange geomagnetic anomalies happening right now. So yeah, it is a very, very strange time. Okay. All right. Well, I will be back soon with another video, doing more energy work and psychic work, with especially using some of the Akashic record energy and some of this other energy that's coming in right now. So that'll be it for today, or for now anyway. Who knows? Anyway, have a awesome experience. Bye for now.